Intellection. How do we need you and your strength in a time of crisis? So when we are facing problem and trouble and pain and difficulty, we want some fast moving, quick decisions to take the problem away. We want to act fast and make it happen. And there are lots of people speaking quickly saying, let's respond and let's get going and make this problem go away. But your intellection knows that the best decisions are made often when we've had time to consider, to ponder, and to reflect on where we are at. You know that sometimes you need deep thought, introspection, and processing to make your best decisions. And you can act as a counterpoint to some of the fast, rapid response that is also needed in a time of crisis. You can help yourself cope with these fast-moving changes by taking time out at the end of a day to reflect and to consider. And you could also give your learned and wise response and lend it to those that are really struggling with what is going on around them in your team. People know that you will have taken things away and thought about them, processed them, reflected upon them. And because you do that, people will have courage and confidence in your persuasion and your perspective once the initial crisis has calmed down. Once you've had some time to process yourself, don't be afraid to speak up and say that you think a plan of action is off course or not the right direction. Again, your introspection is so detailed and considered that actually where somebody may be heading might not be the right thing a few days down the line, and have the courage to speak up and share what you have considered. Explain your thinking and help other people get on board as you have had more time to process. When it comes to friends and family, they're often looking for a different perspective and a way to consider things. And your reflections, your processing will give people that sense of walking alongside them when they're struggling, and that they know you will give it the time and thought it needs to come back to them with a thought through, wise, considered response. And don't be afraid to say, I just want to take some time to think about that. Explain to people what is going on in your internal world, and that you will operate better when you've had that time to think, reflect, and pull back. And when it comes to a community that might be in a time of trouble or crisis, again, lend your thinking, lend your considered, lend your thought through approach to them. Maybe explain that what you're doing is gathering and hearing what people have got to say, taking some time to reflect, and then you will bring your contributions. People need to understand about you that it's not that you don't want to make a contribution, it's just you make your best ones when you have reflected, thought, and listened to other people first. And remember, when you do share your thoughts and opinions and your strategies, others won't have had the processing time that you have had. So take time to process and explain and ground your reflections for others to hear what has gone on in your internal world. But first of all, what you need to hear is that we need your thought through reflective response. Secondly, share your thoughts with other people when you are ready to, and make sure that you explain to people the process that has gone on for you.